Welcome back. Today's video is single-handedly the most important topic in resistance training and building muscle, and it's the most common thing that I see every single day in the gym that people slip up on. Today's video is all about training intensity. The information in this video is important to absolutely anyone who does resistance training. However, it is probably most prevalent to those who are beginners, new to the gym, or intermediates who have noticed that their progress has started to stall. For those of you that don't know, training intensity is basically how hard you are pushing each exercise and sets within each exercise, and generally is gauged by its proximity to failure, meaning how many reps you have until you can no longer perform a single rep of that exercise. It's commonly recognized that the last 4 to 6 reps of an exercise prior to reaching failure are the reps that are stimulating hypertrophy or muscle growth. Training intensity is a massive issue in the general population. You can travel to any gym, have a look at someone performing an exercise, and you can probably tell just by looking at them that their intensity isn't very high. I see more often than not people finishing their sets with 5+ reps in reserve, which is just not going to get them the results that they're looking for if their goal is muscle growth. Learning to train at a high intensity is absolutely a skill that you must learn, and it's something that you'll acquire as you progress through your resistance training career. And if you nail it, it will be single-handedly the most influential skill that you can learn that will impact your results, 100%. Training intensity is so important that you could have 2 identical individuals, one following the most optimized training program for muscle growth, and the other one who's just got that dog in him, who trains hard, balls to the wall. Guy number 1 doesn't know how to train at a high intensity. Guy number 2 goes to failure every single time, or very close to, and I can guarantee you, a guy that's got that dog in him, he's outperforming the most optimized training program every single day of the week. Here I'm going to show you an example of what a set looks like at a very close proximity to failure. Take note, from the very first rep, this does not look like an easy set. You can have a look at my face. I am trying extremely hard from the very first rep. You'll notice here these first few moving up quite easily, and then as the set progresses, my reps start to slow down, and you'll even notice if you're looking at the top here, the weight doesn't quite get as high as it did the first few reps, where I'm still able to achieve full range of motion essentially. So that is where I've completed my set. I have not taken that to failure. I've left probably 1 rep in reserve at this point. Now me, as an individual with a little bit more training experience and someone that wants to make continual progress and has seen continual progress year on year, at that point there, I would go, that was a hard set, but you know what? I was able to achieve all the reps that I wanted to achieve it, and quite well with a rep in reserve. At that point, I would go make notes in my app and say, I'm moving up next session, whether that be through increased reps, or for me, I would go to increase weight here. So now that you've seen an example of what a set looks like at a close proximity to failure, I want to touch on the mindset difference between those that are either not making progress or their progress has stalled significantly, or versus those that are making progress continuously, month on month, year on year, and the way they approach their progressions in the gym. So I've probably already made this clear, but if your goal is muscle growth, there should be at no point where a set feels easy to complete. A beginner who going through the motions and completing a strength program and only progressing weight when they feel the set is easy for them to complete is someone that is going to make progress at a very slow rate. An individual who's not going to make great progress in the gym will complete that set that I just showed you there, go, wow, that was really hard. I don't think I can go up weight. I might just stay here until it gets easy. And those that make the best progress would complete that set, go, did I achieve the top end of the rep range that I was striving for? Tick. Did I have a rep in reserve? Yes. They won't care how hard the set was. It was manageable for them. They had a rep in reserve. There was 1 more in the tank. I'm moving up next session, whether that be through an increased reps or increased weight. That individual will then increase weight or reps the next session, increase the demand or the stimulus required for that muscle to complete the exercise, and that is how the adaptation of muscle growth is going to occur. If you are not challenging the muscle with a new set of stimulus, whether that be through load or in additional reps, whilst maintaining that proximity close to failure, then you aren't going to be stimulating muscle growth. And that is how you continuously make progress year on year and get jacked, I suppose. That just about wraps up the video. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.